Boom shakalaka, why Bitcoin should be at $120,000 right now, why it's likely to happen in September, and the huge Ethereum Twitter news that could send the price skyrocketing. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin. We're going to be taking a look at Ethereum. Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Also, come join us over on Twitter at the Crypto Love. Now, if we take a look at this chart here, the Brave New Coin Liquid Index for Bitcoin BLX on TradingView, you can see that Bitcoin has pretty much been following these orange trend lines for years. Well, based on these orange trend lines, Bitcoin should right now be at $120,000, and we're going to talk about exactly why. But first, let's take a look at this article right here on Bloomberg Intelligence. Bitcoin should be at $100,000 already, according to a Bloomberg analyst, Mike McGlone, saying that yes, Bitcoin should likely be at $100,000 already. Ethereum at $5,000 is the path of least resistance. And if we take a look at some on-chain data, Willy Woo here saying on the supply shock valuation model uses a look-back algo to determine what the market price Bitcoin at prior demand and supply situations. Currently, that's putting Bitcoin above $55,000. It's conservative as one of the SS metrics. Exchange SS is now above all-time high, so no look-back is possible. So right now, that puts Bitcoin above $55,000, well above where the price is today, just below 52. Not only that, but pretty much the last resistance zone from John Wick at Zero Hedge, saying that Bitcoin is breaking through there. The top of this is 51.8, pretty much exactly where Bitcoin is right now. Last chart I posted when we got a potential breakout arrow from the squeeze. Now we just got our confirmed breakout arrow. We're officially in a squeeze breakout. It was indeed the setup to get us above the resistance. And not only that, guys, but Bitcoin whales are still buying up Bitcoin at premium prices. Bitcoin is $51,800 and Bitcoin whales are still buying Bitcoin at these prices. As a matter of fact, over the past 10 days, Bitcoin whales have added 41,580 Bitcoin, roughly $2 billion to their holdings. Which brings us to this chart here. William Clemente says, friendly reminder that Bitcoin is one massive ascending channel that will likely break to the upside. Now, if this looks familiar, it's exactly what I showed you those orange lines previously. Now, the important thing right here is that this is an ascending channel, meaning a channel going up. Now, ascending channels have a 68% chance of breaking to the upside. So that's roughly 2/3 chance breaking to the upside, 1/3 chance breaking to the downside. He says, good luck on being short the hardest asset in history during the greatest period of asset inflation in history. Well, if we take that back to this chart right here, that means that there's 2/3 chance we should be on this upper end versus 1/3 chance on this lower end. So if we just take this 20,000 here and 310,000 here, we multiply 310 times 2/3, multiply 20 times 1/3, what do we get? $120,000 is where Bitcoin should be right now. That's if it stays within these bounds and doesn't actually break out, because remember, there's a 68% chance that it should break out to the upper side. But that's not all, because there's actually huge Twitter news going on today. So Twitter may soon let its users add Bitcoin and Ethereum addresses to their profiles for tips. Jack Dorsey's suggesting this, calling Bitcoin a big part of the platform's future. So you can see down here, Twitter is working to allow you to add Bitcoin and Ethereum to your profile to receive tips via the tip jar feature. It won't be necessary to link a Strike account to add them to your profile. It'll just be native. That means that everybody can add Bitcoin and Ethereum on Twitter. That'll bring Bitcoin and Ethereum to a lot of people. And guys, we all know Bitcoin has scarcity working for it. We know Ethereum has network effect working for it. But now, after EIP 1559, we have to also consider that Ethereum has scarcity as well. Because as of January, there's going to be a decreasing supply of Ethereum. It's going to be deflationary. And in case you guys haven't read this article here, yes, I read the white paper by Arthur Hayes. He says, let's assume that Ethereum can capture some percentage of the 5-year average earnings of banks and the big 4 audit firms. Okay? Let's suppose they can capture some of the money by banks. Well, guess what? With just 1% captured, that's a $40,000 Ethereum. Guys, we're not even at 0.1% of that money captured by Ethereum. And this doesn't even take into factor EIP 1559, a deflationary model. This doesn't even factor that in there. But let's say 100%, that's a $4 million Ethereum. Yikes. Which brings us to this right here as to when it could happen. Because this chart is from a while ago. This chart is Trading Shot. He posted this back in February of 2020. He said that, hey, the peak based on the 51%, 49% ratio is likely to happen. He had it exactly September 27th of 2021, the end of September. Now, there's this article here where Michael Vandepop is saying Bitcoin doesn't like September at all. Are we going to repeat and have a corrective month across markets before the continuation of the bull cycle? Now, based on this chart here, you can see that historically, September has been very, very red. So we would think that September this year would be very, very red. However, earlier this year, April, usually very green month, we had a red April. May, usually very green month, we had a red May. June, usually very green month, we had a red June. So potentially, we might actually be seeing the opposite because March, usually very red month, we had a green month. January, usually very red month, we had a green month. So potentially, while people might be expecting the price to actually go down in September, we might actually have a very green September, potentially putting Bitcoin in that $120,000 area that we are looking on. So guys, that's all about Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, for those of you who like altcoins, if we take a look at Cointelegraph Markets Pro. Now, I have a partnership with Cointelegraph Markets Pro right now, and if we take a look at the Vortex scoreboard, which takes a look at the current sentiment, Twitter activity, and trading volume and price movement for each of these assets, we can see right now some of the top coins right now to take a look at, not to buy, but to look at the charts, will be things like StormX, IOTA, Origin Protocol, Phantom, Telos, and Quant. Now, this part is sponsored by the IOTA Advocacy Group. And if we take a look at IOTA right now, Vortex score 83, and right now trading at $1.79, just flagged bright green on the Vortex score. If we take a look at the price overall, now this is just something brief that I noticed. There is a cup and handle forming, but also there is a very large multi-year inverse head and shoulders forming. And if this plays out, potentially we could see the price heading all the way up to roughly $5.25. Right now, price is $1.78. Will that happen? I don't know. But there's this article here, shorting IOTA. If you're one of the unlucky few shorting IOTA and checking this subreddit, my suggestion is to stop playing chicken and get out while the damage is still relatively small. What might not be understood is that IOTA has phenomenal tech and is not a meme coin. It should easily be in the top 10, even ignoring the fact past evidence or similar squeezes have been devastating for short sellers. This is not investing advice. So a lot of people here are agreeing, saying that IOTA has great tech, that it is extremely low energy, that is feeless. So all of these things potentially might be sending a lot more people back to IOTA. Not only that, but this guy here says the real reason they should get out of their shorts is because if they don't, there will be no coins on exchanges to close the positions. You'll be stuck in a short position with no one willing to sell IOTA because you can buy so close to a short. That means you'll be stuck in short position with the price rising quite high. That's what's coming, and potentially based on this chart, we might very well be seeing that. So definitely worthwhile taking a look at right now. Very high Vortex score, volume 85% above average, tweets 96% above average. So definitely worth looking at. And that is all for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and I'll catch you later. Peace.